Big LEZ'S League, an all rugby league experience. Hello, welcome back to Big LEZ'S League, an all rugby league experience. I'm your host, Big Les. We're going to get stuck in to our SuperCoach side and updates, going through round two, our side, our score, and what changes we're going to make. We're going to make the trades live on the podcast. So let's get stuck in. We're going to go straight to our side, SuperCoach. Let's go. And look, I did notice that, not a lot of SuperCoach podcasters were actually going through their side live, making the trades live, going through the scores live, all that sort of stuff. And we've been waiting for a little while, went to the gym in the meantime, because the lockout didn't end until till 12 o'clock today. So we've been waiting for a while, but finally lockout is over. We're back. It's 4 o'clock on your Monday afternoon. So we're going to get stuck in. We're going to go through our score, all of the scores, whatnot, our notes that we took as well from this week in SuperCoach, and then obviously make trades live. So let's get stuck into it. Let's not waste any more time. Last week, we scored 1,110. That was our score. Let's just reload this page as well, because I don't think we've reloaded since we left. We scored 1,110 last week. That was our score. Tough week last week. Obviously, didn't make any trades, didn't need to, and I don't think many other people did really for round one. If you did, it was more so a bit of a panic move, or, obviously injuries and whatnot as well. But we just looked at our side. We didn't really need to make any trades going into round two. And, a couple of players that we had that went well last week didn't go so well. Cody Walker was one of those, 34 score. You had guys like Moses Leo who came out of the blocks, and I thought it was a real good buy. 48 the following week. Hamasi Makasini pushed into the centres, 48. We didn't play Tom Chester as well. He got 74. We didn't play Jonah Pezzett last week. He got 82. Jesse Calhoun, we played Tom Flegler over Jesse Calhoun. Tom Flegler got injured and got 24, and Jesse Calhoun, he got 69. So we're going to learn a couple of lessons from this week as well. I mean, we couldn't really do too much about that because, we can't really tell the week before who's going to have a good game and who's not, and who's going to get injured and who's not. But what we can do going into this week is make some changes. So that's what we're going to do. Against just some of the main notes, we'll go through a couple of notes that I had written down here from this morning. Nico Hynes was the big one for me. I just felt like against the Panthers, he turned into a bit of a passenger when the game got away from him and he wasn't touching the ball as much. He'd come in for a couple of runs here and there, but you're not really looking for hit-ups from your halfback. You're looking for him to come in and ice the game, and he didn't really do that. Nico Hynes, he just sort of sat as a bit of a passenger, and a lot of the, grunt work and organising had to go on the shoulders of Braden Trindle. So Hynes might be a sell this week. I'm really considering it. We'll obviously go through and have a big, deep think about it in a second. But Hynes, for me at the moment, I'm probably going to sell. I was thinking about going from Reed Marnie to someone else. Had a discussion with a couple of other super coaches and some good super coaches as well. And they were saying that the smarter play is probably going to go to Smith when he comes back as well for South Sydney. You get obviously a bit of a cheaper hooker, which was the initial play from a lot of people before the injury in the preseason. So that might be the play, just to wait until Brandon Smith comes back over the next 2 weeks and then make a move then. I've got Harry Grant already, so they were saying, look, if you don't have Harry Grant, go from Marnie to Grant and make some changes there. We already have both, and that was the positive of coming out, to start the year with both Harry Grant and Reed Marnie. So, don't really need to do too much there on that front. Isaiah Yeo, I was pretty concerned with his minutes. Obviously was going to play less minutes in that game had Cogger not gone off with that HIA in the 6 minutes that he was on the field. Still got 63, played some decent minutes, but probably wouldn't have got that much. Probably would have scored in the 50s had he not come off the field. I think he was at 50, mid-50s when he came off initially. So Yo's a bit of a worry. I might have to fade Yo. People are having similar experiences with Tino as well. I've heard a lot of chat about Tino. Obviously, his scores. It makes a lot of sense to fade either one of those guys. So we'll look at that as well. What we might even do is swap Jesse Calhoun into 2RF. That we can do at the moment. Because he still don't have to fade Calhoun, and he got through plenty of work against the Panthers too, which I was really happy with. And then maybe trade for another front row forward, considering Flegler's going to be out. But again, we'll have to suss that out in a second. But definitely the minutes for me. I'm probably thinking about getting rid of him. Colin, we spoke about, very impressive hit out against the Panthers. I'm happy that I've got him in my side. We'll be making a bit of cash on him. And then Payne Haas. Less minutes, more points. Really, really impressive stuff. I think what we said on momentum was pretty much spot on. You're going to get more out of Payne Haas when he's got more energy, not when you're playing him 80 minutes and he's gassed. So we saw that there for the Broncos last week. It obviously came out with a higher output SuperCoach-wise as well, which I'm happy about. So if Payne Haas does play around that 50, 60-minute mark and he is getting these 100 scores, I'm going to be very happy with it. The only thing I'm not happy about, he did actually have 110 post-game, and then there was about a 3 or 4 hour update where he actually went down to 103. Or it was actually a couple of days later he went down to 103. So a couple of these sides, scores changing, within 24 to 48 hours, which we don't really like. That, and then obviously the lockout is taking a little bit too long. People don't really want to wait until 12 o'clock on a Monday to make their trades. I sort of want to be able to fuck around with my side a little bit just after the game, if I can. If not, on the morning of the Monday, I think that would be ideal, that when you wake up on your Monday morning, you're able to make some changes to your side and not have to wait until 12 p.m., by which time people are probably at work at lunch, which is sort of a convenient time, sure, but yeah, I'd rather be able to do it in the morning, to be fair. Let's go ahead and make some changes. So here's a couple of the moves that we were thinking. One that I had on my phone, I wrote down a bit of notes this morning and then actually went back and, listened to a couple of things and sort of got me thinking. Had a long walk home from the gym and sort of thought where I'm going to go with my trades this week and if I need to jump the gun or not. The big one for me is going to be Laban to Martin, and we're not going to really hesitate with that. We're pretty much going to jump on that straight away. That's a definite one. I'm thinking about going from Keanu Kinney to Faalogo. So I'll probably make that change. I think that Faalogo, you've just got to bring him in your side with the output that he has, with how he's playing his footy over at the Melbourne Storm. I think that's a change that you probably shouldn't make, even though Keanu Kinney went well. 50 scores. I'm not really happy with it. I want a Faalogo who is going to have great games. Came out and obviously had a blinder in the last 20 minutes of that one, scored 3 tries, got a big score. I'm just going to have to get Faalogo. It is what it is, so I'm going to do that. I've been thinking Nico Hynes to Nathan Cleary. I'm thinking, do I just wait one more week with Hynes, or do I just jump on Cleary now? I think that with how he's been playing with what is a bit of a tougher draw, maybe you do go Cleary, and the fact that there's not too many buy. I don't think there's a buy coming up for the Panthers in a while, so I think that Cleary would be a good buy. And then Isaiah Yeo. I think he's going to have to go for Cam Murray. So what I'm thinking, I might wait a week from going from Hynes to Cleary. I might do that this next week. What I might do is I might use a boost. And then let's make some trades. So I want to get Yo out. And I also want to get out. Let's have a look here. I want to go Keanu Kinney. I'm going to trade him this week for Faalogo. And then I'm also going to trade Laban out as well for Noah Martin. So I'm on Noah Martin. I'm going to go Faalogo. And then I've still got 708K for a 2RF. Do I save a bit of that cash? Oh, no, I can't because I need to get a good 2RF in. Who are my good 2RFs at the moment? Fina Fuiaki had a big week. We're not really going to go off total points. I sort of want to... Let's have a look. We can't really go off averages anyway because... you just can't really go off averages at the moment. There's been 2 games. Leka Halasima. Yeah, we probably need good, solid 2RF option. Ryan Couchman might be good as well. He's been getting some good points. We could go that way. It's interesting. Jaden Sewer played well, so that's why he's got some good points at the moment. We could go... it's a tough one, eh? Cam Murray. He gets through plenty of work. Dylan Lucas. I'm not a big... 59 score. I'd rather get someone that's going to score well. Toby Couchman. Yeah. What does it say here about Couchman? I can't see because of the Riverside thing. What does it say here? It says 43 minutes in round 2, including a long effort off the bench. We saw a similar middle forward rotation last. So Josh Kerr had a second stint on the field, pushing Couchman back into the rotation. Owners will want to hold given his strong work rate and starting hold, which forward rotation in round 3. Watch this forward rotation round 3. What do we do here? Because we could put Calhoun, as I said, into 2RF and then get a good front row forward. But if we do that, what front rowers are available? So let's say we do that. Who have we got available in front row forward? Jackson Ford. Oh, we save about 100K there too if we go Jackson Ford. And he's going to play big minutes too. Fisher Harris, you could grab him in and at a similar price. When do the Warriors have a bye? Is what I want to know. Let's just go you won't be able to see this, but I'm going into the NRL app now. Warriors. They don't have a bye until round 10. I'm going to go Jackson Ford. And then I've got 120K to spend next week, which will be able to allow me to jump from Hynes to Cleary, which is probably the move for next week. And then I'm even thinking as well, Sam Walker, depending on his scores. Obviously, we'll have a big week against Manly, so I want to capitalise on that. But I'm even thinking potentially going from Sam Walker to Adam Dewey. That could be a move as well. This is my trades at the moment. I'm going Yo in for Jackson Ford. Both dual. Oh, no, they're not. Yeah. Yo in for Jackson Ford. Yo out, Jackson Ford in. Saw Faalogo in, Keanu Kinney out, and then I'm going Noah Martin for Jacob Laban. I think that's pretty solid. We're going to go ahead and complete those trades, confirm, and then we're going to fix up our side. So let's have a look. We are going to go. Tom Chester. We're going to put that jersey on Jackson Ford. We're going to... What else? Do we need to do anything else? I think everyone's in. Yeah. I like it. New projected score for round 3 is 1,244. It's not too bad. It's not too great. I think we will get above that as well. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with this side. I think Walsh will definitely score above 60 points. I think they're going up against the Sharks this week. Sharkies. If we go to Sharks draw, they have Dolphins this week. Who have the Broncos got? I swear the Broncos had a tough game. Yeah, Storm. Oh. Yeah, I think Walsh will go well this week. I think he'll have to. I think he'll have to push and go well this week. Reece Walsh. It's going to be a good game, especially if he can have a similar output to round 2 like last week. I think that he'll go okay. If we can get around 90, 100 for Walshy, I'll be happy. I think they're still at Suncorp, aren't they? No, they're at Amy Park. They are at Amy Park. That's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a super tough one. 2 losses. Hopefully the Broncos can find a bit of something and keep it 1-12. We are going to wait on Nico Hynes. We're actually going to make a change now and put Payne Haas as my skipper. I'm going to put the VC. I'm going to leave the VC on Hynes for the moment. But yeah, skipper is going to be Payne Haas. Just got really dudded by Nico Hynes last week. This will be Nico Hynes' last week. If we... what's his break even? Yeah, 64. If we get a poor score from Hynes, I'm talking if we get 60 and under from Nico Hynes, even if, if we get 60 and under from Nico Hynes, he's coming out and we're putting in Nathan Cleary straight away. Even if Nathan Cleary has a big game, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and go straight to Cleary. Also a bit of a watch as well. I am going to keep an eye on Cody Walker. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on Cody Walker as well, just on that whole situation. How he goes in that left edge, the discipline a little bit. I'm sure that he'll go better this week. Break even of -12, so we're still making money on Cody Walker, so that should be fine. But yeah, the main watch is Nico Hynes for me. I'll probably trade him out next week for Nathan Cleary. That's going to be the play. 1 boost gone, 43 trades left. If we make any changes to that, like if we reverse a couple of trades and fuck around a little bit and we obviously come to a different decision, we'll let you know straight away on the podcast. That's my side at the moment. I've got Jackson Ford, Sam Walker, Jonah Pezzett, and Sua Faalogo on the bench. I think we'll go much better this week. 1,239 projected score. I think, as I said, we will go better than that this week. So keep an eye on this. We'll post these trades on the Instagram as well, closer to kickoff as well, pending obviously changes and whatnot. But there you go. That's my side. Let me know what changes you're making this week, trades-wise, for SuperCoach. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.